What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video is going to be a little bit different. I want to go over a few things. So the things I really want to go over today is going to be why Modern Warfare 3 Remastered being bundled with Call of Duty World War II Vanguard is a terrible idea from a consumer standpoint. Granted, even if this does release as with Vanguard, as the leaks have shown from Modern Warfare 2 Ghost and whatnot, I will still also purchase it. I have always purchased every single Call of Duty game that has ever been released. I purchased every single Call of Duty game that has been released, including Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. I have every Call of Duty since Call of Duty 3, including Modern Warfare Remastered, Modern Warfare 2 Remastered for the campaigns. I would rather have a Modern Warfare 3 campaign remaster than a full remaster. Now, for those wondering the reasons why, is because you have to think about where we live in and what time we live in with Call of Duty. Call of Duty right now is in a terrible, terrible spot. Now, what I mean by this is that Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is doing terribly consumer-wise. It's doing great monetarily. I'm pretty sure they sell millions of dollars a day off of that game, but not enough of anything else. So, obviously, World War II Vanguard is probably not looking very well for Activision. You have Battlefield 2042. That game seems to be doing really popular. Halo Infinite, people are already playing it, which is insane to me to think about, that Halo Infinite's already being played for the multiplayer, and their multiplayer is free to play. Now, I'm pretty sure that Hazard Zone for Battlefield 2042 is also free to play. I'm not 100% sure. I just watched a little video, and I think that's what they said, but don't quote me on that one. But you have all these Battlefield and Halo news that is really big, and then you have World War II Vanguard, which we have no news about at all. We don't even know. We know Sledgehammer's making this year's game. That's all we know about this year's Call of Duty. So far, that's official. There's nothing shown at all, and we have no clue what's what. So, how can Activision fix this? Releasing a Modern Warfare 3 Remastered. People aren't looking forward to World War II. Again, I mean, personally, I don't really care. I'm all up for going back to the past. I enjoyed Call of Duty World War II, and I enjoyed all the World War II Call of Duty games, but I also love my modern settings. That's why I'm mostly going to stick with Battlefield this year. But if there is a Modern Warfare 3 Remastered, what does that mean? Now, obviously, you're going to have... Obviously, with Modern Warfare 3 Remastered, they just broke away from Activision and Sony. Now, what I mean by this is the MW2 Ghost put a tweet out the other day, saying Modern Warfare 3 Remasters, apparently with Activision, they split their contract or something. Because Sony and Activision had a contract that you would have remasters made. The first remaster was COD 4 Remastered, which came with the multiplayer, the full campaign. It had DLC, supply drops, things like that. And I enjoyed that. I didn't mind having the DLC content for a game that's was at that point when those were added 11 years old. But what does this mean for Modern Warfare 3 and 2? Would we skip Modern Warfare 2 Remaster since it's only obviously the campaign, but the multiplayer is done for it, but we only have seen the campaign? Or would we be able to play the multiplayer Modern Warfare 3 and mix the two, but then obviously have like a Call of Duty Online scenario and have it where it's Modern Warfare 3 and 2 combined with maps, weapons, modes, things like that? Then what are you going to do for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 coming in next year, or even Vanguard? That's not going to be well received. People are going to go play the older games instead of the newer ones. Now, the only way Activision could combat this is not releasing the multiplayer, but releasing the co-op mode. I would be all okay with survival coming back, the missions coming back alongside a campaign remastered to ump that price. I mean, if you're going to charge me $40, $30 for a campaign, I mean, I'd pay it, but that's if I'm getting a multiplayer free-to-play package. So, who knows what they're necessarily going to do, but I'm hoping they do the right thing with Modern Warfare 3, because it's not looking good for World War II Vanguard. I don't think it'd be good for it, personally, because you're going to have SBMM in the game. It's going to have to be tied to Warzone, and I know people would be like, that's okay, I want the guns in Warzone. No, you don't. Trust me, you don't. Because you got to think about this for a second. You're going to take these classic weapons and basically put them into Warzone, where Modern Warfare 2019's weapons already exist. You're not going to have the classic MP7. The classic M4 won't be there outside of blueprints. But blueprints are what's killing this as well. The next Modern Warfare 3 is going to have DLC. It's going to have a battle pass. It's going to have skill-based matchmaking. It's gonna have to have seasons. Your entirety of your game that everybody loves for Modern Warfare 3 won't be there. I don't want to get my hand caught. But nobody wants to ruin the classic Modern Warfare 3 feel, and I think that's the biggest issue with this. I'd be fine with a campaign remastered no matter what. I could care less. I would be fine with a campaign remastered. I wouldn't care. What I do care about is multiplayer, and I don't want to see it. I genuinely don't. I think it'd be terrible for the consumer base because of skill-based matchmaking. It'd ruin your entire old experience. Now, with that being said, obviously we know there's going to be a Call of Duty game this year, but it has to compete with the likes of Battlefield 2042 and its modes, Halo Infinite and its free-to-play multiplayer entirety. You're gonna have to deal with whenever Destiny 2's release comes out back in, I think, January or February. Now, granted, Call of Duty's not in direct competition with that, but you're gonna have to keep people interested in your game at that release. For your seasons, you're gonna have all these other games releasing that are FPS titles. Insurgency Sandstorm's supposed to release, I think, this holiday season, I believe, this fall or maybe early next year for consoles. I mean, you have all these other games that are really big coming out this year that you got to be careful with, because your game of Call of Duty World War II Vanguard, it probably won't do well if it does have skill-based matchmaking. The only way that this Call of Duty game could do well with a Modern Warfare 3 Remastered is if it has enough content in the base World War II package and you get Modern Warfare 3 for free. That's it. You get all Modern Warfare 3 content for free. Base $60 price is the only way I feel this game could work. Because if you're just going to if they're going to put the campaign in, give us Modern Warfare 3 content in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 or at the release of Modern Warfare 2 2022. Now, if you're wondering what I mean by this, is they need to basically put I brought this up with my friend, and I said they need to put every single map from all the popular Modern Warfares and put them in the next game. They need to put all the old maps in the new game as a classic playlist. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, that's recycled content. Now, yes, they could say it's recycled content, but you know how much opportunities they missed inside of Warzone? But obviously, they missed a bunch of opportunities, from having Terminal as the airport map, to having High Rise in the downtown, to Hard Hat being in the downtown area of Warzone, to having the original Quarry map from Modern Warfare 2 inside of River Quarry back in that ground war map. You could have done things such as having the whole overgrown town in Warzone, because it wasn't that big. I mean, you could have had things like that. What's another one? I mean, something like maybe Carbon could have been put somewhere down by Quarry or things like that. You could have had so many small, tiny things they could have done to appeal to those, like what Blackout did, but they didn't at all. None of that was there. And I think that's where Warzone, in my personal opinion, messed up with. And that's the only way I think a Modern Warfare 3 Remastered would work, is if it's just the campaign, no multiplayer, and Spec Ops. That's what I think they should do personally. I don't think they should have a multiplayer at all remastered, brought back, unless it's that year's game. And that's all it is. It's just the base game, no DLC maps, no new weapons, no new nothing, and that's all it is. Because if you add more weapons to it, what's the point of releasing a Modern Warfare 2 in 2022? Because people are just going to stick with something they know. But anyway, I don't know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. If you guys could, please do drop a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you are brand new. And I will see you guys in the next one.